Hello friends, how are you all? So today is the last day of our GIS awareness campaign. I welcome you all on the virtual platform of Special Intelligence and Research Foundation. And our today's topic of discussion is what are the applications of remote sensing and GIS technology in our daily life. Okay guys. So throughout the week we had discussed different topics which is related to this remote sensing and GIS technology on the occasion of this GIS Day celebration. So, though it is our last topic, but still we will have such a interesting videos on this particular channel in future also. So, let's move ahead with our topic. So many a times we are using different applications, different data, different information, or we are watching different advertisement on TV. We are also watching different news channels. So all these platforms, they are using certain maps or certain geospatial data to interpret any particular news, any particular advertisement, or any particular application in more user friendly manner, or to generate more user friendly interface. Okay, so how this GIS and remote sensing helps us to make such applications, or how it helps us to give geographical data in more user friendly manner, that we will discuss over here. So let's move ahead and map everything whatever we are using in our day to day life. Okay, so let's have a brief brainstorming on one question which is given on the screen. You can able to read over here. Which daily activities need location intelligence? So we have already discussed what is location intelligence. So it is a capability to gather data from geographical location. Okay, to extract some useful information from this geographical location data, so it is known as geographical intelligence. And many a times we are using this geographical intelligence, we in the sense whatever applications we are using, so that applications at the back end, they are using this particular technology, location intelligence, and the different softwares based on remote sensing and GIS technology. Okay, so let's have a discussion on this particular question over here. So in our day-to-day life, we are using this Zomato, Ola, Uber, Make My Trip, Flipkart, Amazon, many apps we are using for different purpose. So these all apps, they have this GIS and remote sensing interface at their backend. Okay, there are many other technologies also, other softwares also, but GIS software is one of them. Okay, or the GIS technology is one of the crucial technology used by all these different companies to deliver their product or to deliver their services. So we are using this location intelligence in our day to day activities for this following purpose. So here you can able to read route mapping while traveling to unknown places. Whenever we are traveling to any unknown place, we used to have the help from this Google Maps. Okay, so we used to put the location where we want to go. Then to avail the rental car services like Ola, Uber, we used to put our location on in our mobile device. So again, it is a location intelligence. To do online shopping from e-commerce platform like Flipkart, Amazon, and there are many more platforms. Okay, so these platforms, they are also using our home address or whatever address we are providing to them. So they are also using this location intelligence then to plan our trip or journey. So suppose I want to go to any trip or journey, so first of all I need to understand the map of that particular city where I want to go, what type of transportation mode is applicable to go from one city to another city or any place which is more economic. So all these things gives us the idea about the location intelligence of that particular area. To book tickets of railway, airlines, or different travel commodities, hospitality services. Okay, like to book accommodation services from this Oyo rooms. So it is again an example of best location intelligence applications which we are using in our day-to-day life, which is based on this GIS technology. Then while transferring the payment by online payment portals like UPI app or different payment banks, they also need this location intelligence. Okay, then while using Arogya Setu app, okay, this is a app launched by the government of India, and this app, it is very much helpful to reduce the COVID-19 cases throughout the country, or we can able to take care ourselves to came in contact with other infected persons. So for that purpose this app is important, and this app also require your mobile location. Okay, so all these things they need location intelligence, and they are basically working on some type of geographical information the related to location of the users. Okay, so all these things, all these activity, all these applications, they need location intelligence. And that's why there is a role of these GIS applications or GIS technology in our day to day life. So let's discuss how this remote sensing and GIS helps to get location or geospatial data. So we all know that there are different satellites orbiting around the earth. Okay, L- we have ISRO, that is Indian Space Research Organization. Likewise, there are different space organization of different countries in the world. They are launching many communication satellite, many earth observation satellite, or many meteorological satellites in the earth orbit to gather the information about different geographical entities. So these satellites sends this geospatial data to us, and we can able to have different processing, different analysis based on this data, and we can able to use this data in different applications. Okay, so GIS enable us to better understand and evaluate our data by creating graphic display using information stored in our database. Okay, suppose Amazon and Flipkart, they have user information. Whenever we are registering on their website or their mobile applications, they ask certain information. Okay, they ask your address, they ask pin code, they ask your name, mobile number, email ID, and many more. Okay, so they have all these database with them. So GIS softwares enable them to understand this data better and to evaluate this data by creating proper graphic display. Okay, so that is the main role of GIS, to analyze the data, to interpret the data in proper format. So GIS provides us different types of geospatial data in the form of maps, attribute tables, charts, and graphs, etc. With the technologies such as artificial intelligence, machine learning, Internet of Things, big data, cloud computing, integrating with this GIS makes its role even more instrumental and overreaching day by day. Okay, so if we are integrating all this technology like artificial intelligence, machine learning, Internet of Things, cloud computing, and big data, so by integrating this technology with GIS, it gives us more user friendly interface. It gives us more prompt applications. Okay, so whatever different applications we are using on our mobile, so it is amalgamation of GIS and remote sensing data with all these technologies whatever mentioned on the screen. Okay, so let's have a discussion of different GIS applications which we are using in our day to day life, but we don't know how they correlated with this GIS technology. So there is a very important initiative by government of India that to make a digital India. Okay, in different sense, like in the field of e-governance, in the field of payment transfer, or in different fields, government want to launch this digital India campaign. Okay, so e-governance is one of the important part of this particular GIS technology, or GIS technology help us to made applications for this e-governance platform. So let's have a discussion of different applications. You can able to see on your screen asset mapping application. So it is a institutionalized geotagging for inventory and best practices in governance. So whatever assets government has, so to utilize those assets in optimum manner to give better service to the people, government officers or government different departments, they are using this asset mapping applications. Okay, to have a best practices in governance. Then we have this BMF, that is monitoring of polling station during election in Andhra Pradesh. Okay, so this is again one of the portal which helps election commission to monitor different polling stations. Okay, so can you imagine how this technology helping us in different e-governance applications? Then census GIS. So what it is? It is a geospatial representation of census data. So whatever census data we gather, it is a huge data of 130 crore people of our country, and there are many such applications used by different western countries and other countries in the world also. So this census GIS is nothing but it representing the census data on different graphical format. or we can say this geospatial representation gives us better idea in the form of different maps based on different themes. So this particular census GIS platform, it generate different graphical user interface, okay, by using the geographical information system data. Then Panchayati Raj portal for information on Panchayati Raj. We have Bhuvan Panchayat. So there are different version, Bhuvan Panchayat 1.0, 2.0, 3.0. Likewise, there are different services offered by this Bhuvan Geo portal, which is developed by ISRO. Okay, so again, it is a very important portal. Here on the screen, you can able to see this Bhuvan Suvidha portal. So it is a web application for creating and sharing geospatial data and maps for non-GIS experts. So those businessmen or those different governmental bodies, they are not expert in this GIS field. So Bhuvan is giving suvidha, means the service to such a people with the help of this web application and GIS. So in this way, GIS has a very vital role in e-governance platforms throughout the world. So there are different governments, different governmental agencies, different government bodies, they are using these e-governance platforms throughout the world. So the next point is health and environment GIS. So there are again many portals, many user interface, many applications, they are giving us very good idea how this GIS technology helps different governmental agencies or different health and environmental bodies to get data and to have that data for betterment of the society. So you all know about the WHO, World Health Organization. So you might have visited their website also. So there is one very useful interface to monitor this COVID-19 cases all over the world. So you can able to visit that web portal. You can able to track which country has how many cases of this COVID-19 and all related data. So there are many thematic map made by WHO also. So again, it is based on this GIS. You take any international body which comes under this United Nations, they have also their own geo portals which is showing the different locations of their organization headquarters or their regional centers and many other data. Okay, so likewise, there are different health and environmental applications based on this GIS technology. Here you can say International Day of Yoga. So we are celebrating this International Yoga Day on 21st of June. Okay, so there is one portal for geotagging of locations where this yoga activities been performed throughout the world. Okay, so we can able to enjoy this different yoga day celebration throughout the world by using this portal, or we can able to reach that nearby location which is near to our locality to celebrate such a function. So you can see how this GIS technology helps us to reach out different functions related to health. Okay, then Bhuvan Ganga, it is a national mission for clean Ganga. Then Bihar COVID, it is a portal for highlighting COVID-19 locations, containment zone, then tertiary buffer zones. Okay, for both urban and rural areas with villages boundaries and census data also. So can you imagine how this GIS technology helps us to control the COVID-19 pandemic also. Then we have the state geo portals, drinking water and sanitation. So this portal is for implementation of drinking water and sanitation. So this portal is for information on drinking water and sanitation to different government officials and the different NGOs and the local people. Then heat wave, it is a hot weather visualization map to understand or to aware the people about the heat waves. Then there are different COVID-19 platform, okay, to visualize the statewide spread in the pan India scenario, temporal view of active, recovered, and deceased cases all over the country. Okay, then we have home quarantine tracker. So there are many such applications developed by different people, different organizations, or across the world by using this GIS technologies. So these are the different applications of GIS technology in the field of health and environment. Then we have role of GIS in transport, tourism, and communication. So there is a smart tracking device developed by Bhuvan. So it is a mobile based Android app which can able to track individual or vehicle. Okay, so tourism web GIS through Bhuvan facilitate user to select a city or tourism place of their interest and find the place of interest, search nearby places along with routing. Okay, so here is a best example. This is a Bhuvan tourism portal. So I have choose the Amritsar city from Punjab, so I can able to have the map of that city, the different roads, railway network, and all important tourist places on the map. Here on the left hand side I can able to read the information or the thematic display of different places. Okay, so you can able to see how GIS helping us in our day to day life. We even can't able to understand that this is a application of GIS sometimes. Okay, so it is very deeply rooted in different user interface. Then for here you can see GIS for agriculture. So there are different applications in agriculture field also of this GIS. There is a Chaman initiative. It is a coordinated program on horticulture assessment and management using geoinformatics data. Okay, so that is again one of the important initiative of government which use this GIS field or the GIS interface. Okay, then RKVY, geotagging of Rashtriya Krishi Vikas Yojana. So geotagging means what? You are tagging that particular geographical location on map. So whatever officers related to this particular yojana, implementation of this particular yojana, so they are getting the real time progress of this particular program. Okay, then PDMC, portal for visualization of geotagged asset created under per drop more crop component of Pradhan Mantri Krishi Sampada Yojana using geospatial technology. Then we have pest surveillance system, collaborative portal allowing users to share, assess, and upload the pest and disease related information. Okay, suppose there is a spread of any particular disease on any region in our country. So the officials of that region or the people in that region, they can able to collaborate and they can able to share the data about that particular disease information on this portal, so that this information is helpful to control that particular disease or the spread of that disease. Okay, then plantation, visualize inventory of natural rubber and identifying potential wasteland for expanding area under rubber plantation. So likewise there are different applications in agriculture which are based on this GIS system. Then there is a TGIS, tea area management information system, used by the regions where this tea plantation occurs. Here you can able to see geographical indications of India. So there are different products in India. They got geographical indication tag from different sectors, like from agriculture, from handicraft, or from different art and architecture. So all these geographical indications they have mapped on the map of our country. So you can able to see all these things over here on Bhuvan Geo portal. So it again help different tourists, different users, different business persons to get information about these geographical indications. Then remote sensing and GIS helps in different disaster early warning system that we have already discussed in our previous session. So there are different portals you can see on your screen which alerts us about different disasters, and they provide real time information about different disasters. So heat wave alert, strong wind alert, cyclone warning, tsunami warning, or flood warning. Or there is a one portal, international disaster, on Bhuvan Geo portal. So this particular portal or link help us to get information about international disaster management supports. Okay, so likewise there are many portals related to this disaster management and their early warning system which are based on this remote sensing and GIS technology. So GIS in land use planning. So land is a very limited resource which we have. Okay, but our population is increasing day by day. The needs of population, they are expanding day by day. There is a huge demand to have proper land use management, and to do this land use planning we can use GIS technology. Okay, to have proper plant cities, plant architecture. Okay, to provide different urban amenities to the people. We can use this GIS. So there is a NUIS portal. It is a thematic service for visualization of maps for urban land. This particular thematic service offers us the map for urban land use with the scale of 1 is to 10,000. Then urban growth, characterization and monitoring of the urban growth pattern using multi-temporal and multispectral satellite data. Then we have integrated water management program. So a web-based GIS application enabling the monitoring and evaluation of IWMP watershed program. Then we have this Sujala. It is a web-based application enabling the monitoring and evaluation of Sujala watersheds using satellite remote sensing and sample field collected from the field. Okay. So likewise, there are different portals again in this land use planning, which enables to have optimum utilization of available land resource. And these portals are used by different government agencies for betterment of well-being, for betterment of the society, to provide different services to the people. And we are using all these services, but we don't aware about this role of GIS technology behind these services. Okay, so that we are trying to understand from this particular session. So you can able to see the role of remote sensing and GIS in education, entertainment, and functions. Okay, so there is a Kumbh Mela portal for support for crowd management during this Kumbh Mela. Then there are different tourism GIS portals for visualizing places of tourist interest, search nearby places and facilities. So there are many tourist GIS portals developed by different tourist places, different tourism ministries of respective states. Okay, so you will find n number of portals in this entertainment industry also. Then in education field, Ministry of Education and Department of School Education and Literacy have this School Bhuvan portal. Okay, so which is an e-learning portal for the students. Okay, so can you imagine how the students they are also getting benefited by this GIS technology. Then we have Book My Show app. Then we have this entertainment app like this Hotstar, Amazon Prime, and many more. So they also need some kind of backup to run their applications. Okay, from this GIS technology. So there are many different technologies they have to amalgamate with this GIS, then these applications can run. But GIS is one of the technology which helps all these different applications to perform their operations smoothly. Then we have the role of GIS in advertising, business, finance, and insurance industry. So there are different business house, advertising house, and different insurance companies. They are using this particular technology for their use, like sugar mills. This is a portal for visualization sugar mills in the country. So we know that sugarcane is a weight losing product, weight losing raw product. So once we harvest that particular crop from the farm, we have to use that raw material as soon as possible. Okay, so that's why to have the visual interpretation of all the sugar mills in the country is very important to manage the raw material. Then we have this incois portal which gives us the visualization of potential fishing zones in the ocean, so our fishermen can get more profit because they get the information about the fishing zone where the probability to get fishes is very high. Then there is a one institution known as NABARD. It is a agriculture financing institution. So monitoring of NABARD watershed project using geospatial technology. It is again one of the application which is powered by this GIS technology. Then there is a GIS portal of RBI. Then we have multilingual translation portal. It again have some features of this GIS. Then we have tax data mapping portal known as CDMA. So likewise, there are different portals which helps advertising, business, and finance industry, which are based on this GIS technology. Okay, so here you can able to see the geotagging of Reserve Bank of India. So it is again one of the web GIS portal developed by ISRO and RBI in collaboration. Okay, so Bhuvan RBI you can able to see over here to support RBI for mapping effective management of all the banks in India. Geotagging initiative is taken up using an Android app to precisely locate RBI various banking unit like branches, ATMs, administrative offices, then administrative offices, etc. through Bhuvan Geo portal. Portal provides facility to visualize asset spread in the context of high resolution image backdrop with GIS analytical capabilities. So this mapping system is a collaborative effort between Reserve Bank of India and National Remote Sensing Center ISRO. Okay, so in this way we have discussed different applications of GIS technology and remote sensing technology in our day to day life. We are using many user interfaces, we are using many applications, we are using different services in our day to day life which has the role of GIS technology in it. Without GIS technology these services are not possible. Okay, so that's why role of GIS and its awareness is very important among the people, and that is a humble effort of Special Intelligence and Research Foundation to spread the awareness about GIS. So hope guys you like this particular video session, the content, and you also have seen different video sessions which we had uh, done previously. So all these sessions are available on our YouTube channel. So do visit the virtual platform of Special Intelligence and Research Foundation, and don't forget to share your ideas, experience, skills, and knowledge about this life-changing technology in the comment section below. Your feedback and suggestions, they are always welcome, guys. So hope you enjoyed this particular series. Thank you and have a great day.